It's time to begin the step-by-step guide for configuring your instant feedback feature. In this guide, we will explore the configuration process, learning how the hotel and staff create surveys from the CMS. Additionally, we will look at examples of how guests view these surveys on the guest app.
Go to your CMS and click on Feedback. Once inside, you will see your main dashboard. On the left side, you have 4 sections. The first section is Surveys. Here you can configure the 4 types of feedback surveys. The second section is External Platforms. Here you can promote reviews on external platforms such as Google or TripAdvisor. The third section is Inbox. Here you will see all the responses to your survey centralized. From here, you can also manage them. The last section is Stats, which allows you to analyze customer satisfaction to draw conclusions for decision-making and taking action. Let's take a closer look at the survey section and its types of surveys. The first type of survey you will find is the welcome surveys. These are designed to be activated once the guest arrives at the hotel. These surveys appear on the front page of the guest app, and in order to continue navigating, the user must answer them or close them. For their configuration, you have 3 tabs: Questions, Configuration, and Follow-up. In the Questions tab, you need to make the following configurations. First, give a title and a subtitle to the survey. Next, you must enter the questions of your survey and link them to one of the topics you will see in this drop-down menu. These topics will help you analyze the results later on. After that, you have the section to set up the thank you message that is shown after responding to the survey. As you can see, you can add a thank you message to appear after completing a survey and customize it according to the score received. In the Configuration tab, you choose your display options, your survey recipients, and the configuration of your comments. Regarding the display options, you can customize the way the survey appears. It can be a top banner, a pop-up, or full screen. You can also choose when to show it and if you would like to send re-notifications. Let's move on to the Survey Recipients section. Here is where you select who you want to show your surveys to, whether you show the survey to all users or only to signed-in users of the platform. Finally, you have the Comments section. From here, you can customize and set whether you want to allow users to add comments. We move to the Follow-up tab. Here you can set up an email notification for your staff based on the score received, and you can automate a response status according to the score received. And finally, in the top right corner, there is a toggle button to activate or deactivate your survey. Let's take a look at an example of a welcome survey from the guest app. As you can see, it appears on the front page or home page. Let's move on to the generic survey. These surveys always appear in the same place on the front page or home page. The user can see it constantly, but may choose not to respond. It appears, but it is not intrusive or prevents the user from navigating the app. It is there so that the guest can proactively respond. The generic surveys have the same 3 tabs as the welcome surveys. Here you will need to make the same configurations we have seen before. The only difference is in the Configuration tab in the Display section. Here you only have one option, as these surveys always appear in the same place. Let's go to our guest app to see an example of a generic survey. As you can see, the survey is always there and does not interrupt the user's navigation. Now let's look at the Facilities and Services survey. Here you must select in which facility or service to display your survey. An important point to consider is that the survey is activated module-wide, meaning the survey will appear in all the services within your module. For example, if you activate a survey in your Restaurants module, it will appear in all your restaurants that are configured as bookable. Once you select the specific features where this survey will appear, you will see the same dashboard with the 3 tabs we have seen in the 2 previous surveys. Therefore, the configuration process is the same. The only difference you will find is in the Configuration tab. At the very end, you will see the section called Proactive Mode. This option keeps the survey banner always visible on the service screen. Let's now take a look at examples of the two types of surveys in Facilities and Services on the Guest app. This is how an after booking survey would look, meaning this survey would appear after attending the facility or using the service. And this is what a survey would look like with the proactive mode activated. Let's switch to the last type, the checkout surveys. These surveys appear before the scheduled checkout time in the Guest app. In other words, these surveys are conducted before the guest's departure. In these surveys, you will also see the same dashboard with the 3 tabs. In them, you will have to make the same configurations as in the previous cases. We have finished with the survey section, and now we are moving to the external platform section. From here, you can promote reviews on external platforms. Make it easy for guests to leave a review on any of the ones offered. Use these links to redirect them to other sites. Here, you first need to choose the score from which this option will be offered after replying to the survey. For example, you can choose it to be displayed after 4 or 5 stars. This way, if your guests are satisfied, you can ask them to leave their opinion and rating on different platforms, thus improving your online reputation. As you can see, you have different options like Google Review, TripAdvisor, or Holiday Check. Here, you just need to enter the public link to the hotel profile. Let's see how this option would look in the Guest app. We go to the specific service, fill out the survey, and give a 5-star rating. Automatically, we will see the option to share our experience on another platform. For example, here we can see the option to share our experience on TripAdvisor.
This concludes the setup tutorial for your feature. Once your surveys are ready and you start receiving responses, you will need to manage them. Next, we will look at how this process works.